Well, here you are. If you're thinking about moving to Baltimore, Maryland, this video is supposed to be about the 5 things I absolutely love about Baltimore, but I'm going to be brutally honest with you. And we're going to go over 5 things that I really can't stand about Baltimore and a few things that I like about Baltimore. We're going to take a look at this video right now. I'm John Ruckman. I'm the Charm City Property Dude. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button right here. Thank you. Appreciate that. Hit the notification bell for this and all the other great videos on this channel to be notified. And here we go. I am going to be brutally honest with you. The 5 things I absolutely love about Baltimore City are the 5 counties that surround the city. I hate to be brutally honest about Baltimore. There are things that I love. Look, I love seafood. I love crabs. I love beer. I love going down to the city. I like it. It used to be Phillips. There's Conrad Seafood. There are all these different places that you can get great seafood, but you can also get that great seafood out in the county. Sit down with your friends and family, have crabs, drink beer, and reminisce about the old days. I love that about Baltimore. We all grew from this tradition here. We're more about, hey, who'd you go to high school for? Where'd you go to school? And any other place, it's probably more about, hey, like DC, it's like, who do you work for? And in case I haven't told you, I get a lot of phone calls, emails, and stuff from great people just like you. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. If you email, text, or contact me any day, night, or weekend, don't worry. I've got you back when it comes to real estate. So we're going to get started. I am going to be brutally honest with you. The 5 things I love about Baltimore City are the surrounding counties. You got Harford County, Baltimore County, you got Carroll County, Howard County, Baltimore County, and Anne Arundel County. And listen, if you don't have to move to the city, the city life is great. I love the city life. Don't misunderstand. I used to go to New York all the time. I'm a retired actor. I used to go up there and audition for like everything, like Blue Bloods, Blacklist. The next one here has been Equalizer. I'm constantly auditioning for these TV shows. I love the city life. I mean, where else on the planet can you go in the middle of the night and get a slice of pizza? And as you can tell, I like to eat. So if you don't have to live in a city, then don't. If you can drive, if you've got a car, move out to one of the counties. Harford County is where I live. I love Harford County. Everything is here. It's within driving distance. They don't have public transportation here unless you're like 65 and older. You're a senior citizen. Then they got the Link bus that goes around. But if you've got a car and you've got a license, I would strongly recommend, if your job, one of the great jobs here in this state, like Under Armour, John Hopkins, if you're a doctor, if you work for Amazon, if you work for, McDonald's Corporation, if you're part of DOD, I would recommend driving to those locations. And I'm going to tell you why. Baltimore City is so hard on your car. First, they don't take care of the roads like they should. There's potholes everywhere. Then try to find parking. Usually you can't find street parking. And if you do, you got to hide everything in your car, because if you live and lock your doors, because you got, again, the homeless people and people just randomly reaching out and opening up your door. So now if you got a car, you got to pay for parking in Baltimore City. That's not cheap. If you do find street parking, they do have alternative methods for parking your car in the garages, but that costs you money. So if you don't have to live in the city, if it's absolutely necessary that you don't live there, you got a car, I would strongly recommend living in one of the counties. I know Harford County. I know Baltimore County. I know these counties. And it's a lot easier to find parking. There's a lot easier to, you still have to keep your doors locked. Don't misunderstand. I live up here in Harford County. I lock my doors every night because all the time they got people that they drive through the neighborhood and they just check your door handles. Can't tell you how many times I've gone out to the car, maybe twice, and like all the change is gone and like my dash cam is gone. So you still have to lock your doors. But that's, if you don't have to live in the city, I would not live in the city. So you're all sold on the city. Then, I love the Canton area. I love Fells Point. I love Federal Hill, and I like Locust Point. Those are some really, really nice neighborhoods. They've got up and coming condos. All the houses are being renovated. Myself, I invest and I renovate houses and I turn around and flip. So I see these areas, they're up and coming, and I absolutely love that part. Now, if you get into a little bit more there, you can go to Mount Vernon and Roland Avenue. You can go up there into those areas. There's Hamden. The thing I like about the city is that there's stores, there's mom and pop stores, all the places you can go and get, lunch. Like, for instance, my mom and I are going to go to Hamden and visit my aunt and uncle, and we're going to go to the cafe and eat lunch. That's great. I love that kind of thing. But again, I, you got the city. I mean, there's no telling. I always, I have a, I have, so what I love about the city is I love the Baltimore Orioles. I love the Ravens football. I love the sports. It's great to go to a game once in a while, but I'm cheap. I'm cheap. When you go into a Baltimore Oriole game and you're spending, for a family of four, it's $200 for tickets. And then it's another $150 because the kids want peanuts, they want hot dogs. You get all this crap food inside the stadium, and just like you never even had dinner because it's all crap food. I hate that about the city. It used to be a time you could go down there, get into the game for about $2.50. Yes, I'm dating myself. Get in for about $2.50, and the next thing you know, you're eating a hot dog for $1 and you got a soda for 50 cents. I mean, those days are gone. I get that. And they got to pay. Aramark is the one who controls all the food, and the Ravens players, of course, have to get paid. Now, I'm a veteran of the Air Force. I believe what you believe, and I think with all the kneeling stuff kind of turned my stomach as far as the games down there. But if you still go to the games, they're good for like once a year. Once a year. I'm not like a diehard fan where I got to go to the games. I'd much rather sit in my living room. I got an easy chair. I got the bathroom right here. I got all the snacks and food right there. So I love the games. I love watching them on TV. And every so often, I will go to a game. But if you love going to the games all the time, Aberdeen, up here in Harford County, has the Aberdeen Ironbirds. You can drive. Parking is free. We're in a stadium. It's not free down in the city. Parking is free. You get in. The game is like, I think it's like $7 to get in. They got great seats. You pick your seats. They got some food there. The food's a little expensive too, but it's not as expensive as downtown in the city. So if you like enjoying those kind of games like there, Aberdeen's got a team. PG County's got the Bowie Bay Sox. Frederick's got the Frederick, whatever they are out there. But and then if you want to go to an Orioles game, so I do love the sports here. But another thing I like I love the museum. So feel like we all get reincarnated. So that's my religion view. If you don't get it right, you come back, right? We all get reincarnated, and I think when I identify with like the colonial days, it's because I was a soldier back then. I identify with the Civil War. I identify with World War II and all that stuff. I love the museums. I love knowing what things, how they survived on such little technology. I love that stuff about Baltimore City. But again, if you don't have to, if that's why you're living in the city, you can just as easily live out into Harford County or Baltimore County and take a car down. In fact, Baltimore County has public transportation. They got the bus route, the MTA bus, that goes back and forth between Baltimore County and the city. So, and the other thing I don't like, and I'm going to be brutally honest again, I don't like how the politicians run the city. I just don't. They're more concerned with showboating on the news and putting monies directly in their pocket. They're all full of great ideas, but there's little to no execution. So when they said they had problems with the squeegee kids, that was their turn. That's how they make a living. And they're let the guys on there. And these guys were busting people's windows. They were robbing people. They're beating people up, the squeegee kids. Now, they're not everywhere. There's certain corners down there in the Inner Harbor. But why would you need that? You could live up here in the county and not even encounter that. The other thing I didn't like is they got the dirt bike gangs down there. They ride their dirt bikes through the city. Can't tell you how many times I've almost hit one. Now, if I hit a guy, of course, I'm going to be going to jail because I hit the guy. But they're uninsured. They're a menace. They ride through the streets. And the politicians and police department doesn't do anything. I think Mosby said it great when they had the big riots down there, like a few years ago, down there off of North Avenue. They needed their time to destroy. And that's the one thing I don't like about our politicians. They still have that mentality. I heard it best on the news the other night. They're getting ready to legalize marijuana. I don't care if you smoke it or not. It's not my thing. But what the guy said is hey, we're only going to charge 6% tax on cannabis because we don't want to put the unlicensed dealers out of business. Our politicians just got finished saying they don't want to put the drug dealers out of business. I mean, what the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean? So My recommendation for you is, and I love Baltimore, I love Maryland. If you don't have to live in the city, don't live down there. I don't want to sugarcoat it. I don't want to be the realtor responsible for you moving into the city and going, hey, John, in a year in time, what the hell, where the hell did you put us? Now, listen, there are a lot of great neighborhoods down there. You got Federal Hill, you've got Locust Point, you've got Canton. These are all great parts of the city. You just have to have your city sense when you're down there, and you have to be mindful of like locking your doors and keeping an eye on, eye on the neighborhood. I mean, everybody's got Ring cameras down there, but the people steal the Ring cameras right off the street. I've got a picture of the guy taking my Ring camera, and there's a picture of him going, and he still has not been caught by the police. Okay, and lastly, listen, if you have to move to the city, I'm all for it. The houses are, the renovated houses down there are great. The people are great. There's a lot of great stuff down in the city. However, taxes are higher. You need to pay for parking. The road and infrastructure is tore up. Trash is atrocious down there. So if you don't have to live down there, I can help you, more than help you, move to Harford County here. It's great. Or Baltimore County. We could even go to Carroll County or Howard County. These places are within, 40 minutes of the city. So now, I mean, for the same price you're spending on a row home that's been rehabbed down in Canton, you can buy a single family home up here in Harford County that has a yard, has some parking, has a garage, has more room for you, less taxes, and you're able to, the grocery stores are right here, the food stuff is right here. So my recommendation to you, I am the Charm City property dude. I love Baltimore. I do. I grew up here. I love crabs, man. I love crab cakes. But if you don't have to move to the city, I would recommend coming out to the county. And there's more than enough places up here and out in the county that you can find a great home. Just if you're coming into the area and you give me a call and I respond, I would simply say, hey, drive the different counties and pick which one is best for you and your family. I mean, after all, it's you and your family, and your safety is in your control. So I'm John. I'm the Charm City property dude. Thanks for checking out the video here. This video, believe it or not, was supposed to be like the 5 things I love about Baltimore. And I had a real hard time putting that together because the only thing I like down in Baltimore are like the Cross Street Market. Pizza's great. I love the games and stuff, but there's a lot of other things that would make me consider just living out here in the county and visiting the city about once or twice a year. So there you go. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. And yeah, check out this video right here. That one.